So what happened?
Well, I had a dream, right?
You had a dream about what?
We were supposed to be going to dinner with John and them, and when we went, instead of us when we not coming back, going there, the alarm went off and this man came on the radio and like, this is a worldwide announcement. There's been an outbreak. Go inside your houses and close your doors and lock them and don't trust anyone inside and don't let anyone out. So as we got there, we opened the door and we was standing right there and the lady was running away from her car and she had a baby and the man was chasing behind her. But the way he was running, his arms kept swinging behind him like he had no control of his body. And then he jumped and he leaped far and he grabbed it and they started tucking and the baby fell and I was gonna go out to go get the baby, but then a bunch of them came and they started eating on him. And as they started eating on him, we was like, okay, it's a zombie outbreak. So everybody went into the garage and they started. So we went into the garage and we kept trying to get all the tools that we can get to make something to go ahead and kill the zombies. And it was like, we stayed and boarded up all the windows and it was like 3 days later, they came on the announcement and they were like, everything is clear, everything is clear. And we walked outside and the military were walking through the streets with the guns and they were killing all of the zombies or whatever the zombies or something.
Was they killing zombies or were they killing people?
They were killing zombies. They were knocking them, like all the people that were running with the arms like this at them, they were knocking them down. And it was like a month later, everybody was still trying to get back together because or whatever had happened for that couple of days. And then all of a sudden, another announcement came on. People were walking through the street and people were getting hit and dropping. But when they dropped, their body was roasted on the outside but frozen in the inside. And they were like, people kept saying, oh, it's a movie or something. And I was like, nah, something going on, something wrong. And John walked outside and he was like, I gotta get some sun. And he walked outside and we kept hearing screeching. And he was like, y'all hear that? And all of a sudden this blue mist appeared behind him and it grabbed him and it disappeared. But he was still there and he just dropped to the floor. And we went to go see if he was all right. And it was blood, like not like red blood, but it was like his veins looking black. And they popped out his face and out his body and stuff. And he was just laying there. Outside of his body was warm, but when we called the ambulance and stuff, they were like, the inside of his body is frozen. They cut him open and they put ice inside his body. They couldn't get the ice out.
They couldn't get the ice out.
Like the inside of his body, under his skin was frozen, but the outside of his skin was burnt. It was like it had the veins popping out of his skin, but the inside of his body was frozen and jumped. And everybody was kind of trying to figure out what was going on. And we ended up...
So it was hot then cold.
Outside of his body was burnt. The inside of his body was frozen. And alarms kept going off. A nuke had dropped. Everything was shaking. And then like 3 weeks later, it was still going on. And we ended up trying to leave the house because there was no food there. Everybody got in the car and started to leave. But as we got in the car and started to leave, we seen something. Get it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So we tried to get in the car and we was leaving, but as we was leaving, it was like pieces of, it was like blue pieces came from the ground. And that man was in the shape of a human form and he ran and he hit the car. But when he hit the car, he went straight through the car and he dented the car and the car flipped. And he ended up killing the driver. She had got the same thing the man had got. And we all had got out. And they was all around us. And they was just walking and limping like they was sad and they were dying. And they was like, they just kept moving. So we kept running. And we ended up coming to a church. And when we went in the church, they kept trying to come to the church as we looked outside. And as they stepped foot onto the church property, these hands came from the ground and grabbed them. And it was pulling them down, and they kept breaking away and backing up like they couldn't get to the church. So everybody was like, what's going on? What's happening? They don't know.
Okay.
So it was a little girl inside the church, and she was balled up, And as we walked in, I guess we startled her because nobody else was in the church, and she had got up and started throwing the Bibles and stuff at us. And we were like, wait, we're not here to do anything. And she had got it. I don't know what kind of gun it was, but I know she had a gun and she was shooting at us. And everybody got down, and the gun had ran out of bullets. And she was like, we walked over to her. We was like, why are you so scared? And she was like, oh, because there are angels of death outside. They were just running around killing people. And we was like, how do we know that they're angels of death? And she was like, because they're stuck between life and death and they have nowhere else to go. They were like, they can't find peace. So they're just walking around killing everybody in sight. And we was like, what caused this? She was like, the little outbreak that happened not too long ago had caused people to die, and the outbreak happened because of war. And she was like, this is all under y'all president's order. And we was like, our president's order. And she was like, yeah, because of him, the world is finna end with angels of death ruling the earth. And we was like, okay, we don't know what's happening or what's finna happen. So we walked outside and we stood in front of the church on the stairs. And we were watching the blue things kept trying to step, but this stuff kept coming from the ground and grabbing their legs and was pulling them. And they kept breaking free, and they were still trying to get in. Then all of a sudden, the little building that was next to us, it wasn't higher than the church. It was like a little apartment complex. They started diving out the windows to try to get past the barrier. And once one got past the barrier, he landed on top of the church. And everybody was like, oh, so now what we gonna do now? We can't run out and keep going straight because they all right there. And then we got one that just came into the
So the church ground was what? It was protected? Were they come into church to get people, or?
No, it was like the outside of the church, like they tried to step to the church to come through. Like they was running, and when they stepped on a certain part or something came out the ground and it grabbed their legs. It was like hands grabbed their legs and they would break free. And everybody was like, okay, we don't know what to do now. We stuck. But one had ran, and when he ran, it was like he glitched like a computer. Like he was glitching, like you seen the blue running behind him, and he jumped. And when he jumped, he made the jump. Once he made the jump, everybody started screaming. They was like, what we gonna do now? We can't just leave and walk off. And the little girl was like, come, we gotta go. So as we run out the back door, the thing was running. I don't know how he got in, but he was running. And all of a sudden, we seen him at the entrance of the church. And he spoke, and he was like, come with me, don't run. Come with me. And everybody was like, okay, what we gonna do? We all looking at him. He just sitting there looking at us, and the rest of them are outside. And everything was just still for a minute. And he took a step, and his foot kind of broke from a blue to like this golden color as he walked. And he was like, come with me. Don't be scared, come with me. And the little girl was like, well, I have nothing else. I lost my family. And she ran toward him. And he grabbed her by the throat, and he jumped straight up through the ceiling. And her head hit the ceiling, and it crushed her head all the way down to her shoulder. And she fell down.